All right, Maddie, this one's for you. I spoke to you the past several training sessions, and in a couple days you're going to be playing against a team from the Valley who plays a three-back system with a sweeper that hangs 10 yards behind the line. Basically, this system is predicated on you trying to launch long balls in the air, and that sweeper will basically intercept everything. Now, for you to beat a three-back system, you must make sure that your wings stay super wide, like getting their heels on the chalk line, okay? Staying as wide as possible and making sure that they're either even with this fullback right here. They can even play a little higher, okay, behind that fullback, because this deep lying sweeper, she keeps everybody on sides, okay? If she pulls up, they're in a four-back system, but right now, the way you were explaining to me at private training was she plays wide. Okay, how do you get back? Because every long ball she intercepts. Well, that's the problem. You're playing long ball. What needs to happen is keep these wings nice and wide. Play to the wing. Because they're playing a full three-back system, they got to stay compact. They have to. They can't stretch out wide to defend these areas. Okay, so play that wing nice and high and wide. Make sure that we get the ball to the feet. Don't play it out into space. You play the ball out into space, it's like kicking a long ball in the air. This sweeper will get to it. So if the ball is on this side of the field right here, she is going to be playing right in this little area behind the fullback. Any long ball, whether it's on the ground or in the air, she's going to have the angle, she's going to have the advantage. So make sure that when you're playing these balls to the wings out wide, you get the ball to the feet, not into space, okay? What's gonna happen then is once you get the ball to feet, you've got the advantage now. Whether she dribbles right here or she looks to play the ball in, this defender has to run and is playing catch up now. She cannot catch her for the first probably 10 yards. So she's got to basically apply pressure by recovering her run. That sweeper is going to be also having to make a run to stop the cross. She's got the angle, she's got to commit to it. That will leave the number 9 available to make the runs on the inside. The flank wing will come into play also. And then here's the kicker. This is what's something that you really got to be disciplined with. Is this, whether this is a 10 or 9, or I'm sorry, a 10 or 8, or an 8 or 10, depending on which one's which. The midfielder right here should not make a run forward. The opposite midfielder makes a run down the center. Because if she attacks with this play and y'all lose the ball, then there's tons of space for them to counterattack that space. So once the ball gets played out to the wing and she starts advancing the ball down the line, this midfielder needs to tuck in, but hold her space, hold her position there. That way, one, she's there for a drop pass if they're needed, or if we lose the ball, then she's there to stop the counterattack. Does that make sense? So make sure that you play the ball 2 feet. Now, let me show you something else. Let me erase all this real quick. That plays really good. So we've got our defenders right there. There's our mid. Once you play the first 4 or 5 balls out wide to the wings, and they start advancing the ball, their defense, if they're smart, will start making the adjustment. But here's the adjustment that's going to go into your favor again. These fullbacks are going to have to start cheating and getting a little wider, which now opens up passing lanes right there for you to play more direct. Now here's the great thing about this. If you play the ball direct from your midfield straight into, you said you're playing a 9, played it into your position right here, make sure that you're sitting between the defensive lines. So you're not even with these fullbacks, you're tucked behind them. So when the pass comes into you, it broke the first line of defense. This center sweeper right here, she will commit to you. She has no choice but to commit. But don't turn and try to dribble at her. As soon as the ball comes in to these passing channels, just play the ball out to the wing, because as soon as you play the ball in, the fullback's vision right here, she's going to be looking this direction right here. She's looking inward. She's now lost that wing. The ball gets played down the middle. The sweeper commits. This fullback, her vision's going to follow the ball. She starts committing. You play a little touch pass into the space, allow your wing to run onto it, and then you're going to goal. What you should not do, and this is a do not do kind of scenario, and a lot of players will do this. Okay, here's your defensive line. As a number 9, don't make the runs to the corners. Don't make a run out wide. And here's why. If you, wow, that blue's really good. If you make a run out wide, and let's say they successfully get the ball to you. Let's say ball comes in. You are now chasing the ball away from the goal. So your body position, your vision is facing outward. Your wing is going to be running with you because that ball is going into that space also. Defender is running with you. Everybody's running with you, but everybody's facing outward. You're not receiving the ball facing inward, facing the goal. So make sure you don't make that run outward. Make sure your wing stays wide so when she receives the ball, her body's open to the field. If you make that run out wide, even if you get the ball successfully on a pass, you're now moving towards the sideline, not towards the goal. And that defender, a sweeper's coming up from behind you, okay, unless you have a really great turn on her, the advantage is in the sweeper because you can't turn in that position. Okay, so make sure that your movement during the game with a 3-back system and a sweeper, make sure that your movement is in these channels right here. That's where your movement should be. Checking into the channel. Check into the channel. They pass the ball to you, you pass it back. They pass the ball to you, you pass it wide. But make sure that you're between the defensive lines. Don't be even. Don't be right here. You're gonna lose possession right there. Make sure that you're always behind that 3-back system and in front of the sweeper to stay on sides, of course. But don't move out wide. Make sure that your wings are staying wide and high. Okay, now, defensively, they still have to get back on defense. Okay, they have to. Okay, you cannot leave your midfield, whether you play with 2 high and 1 low as a 6, or you play 1 high and 2 with 6s. You must maintain that shape. I hope that helps you out.